All right, good morning, YouTube. Day after the first firing, I'm just got it assembled. I'm backing up here so you can see it all. The Eventually, I even thought about these have lips in them, and there's 3 tabs around here. If you look in another video, it's too hot to touch right now. It instamatically heats up its design as heat goes up. But it also does really good for pumping like inducing its own draft this way too, because once the heat goes through the thimble, which it wants to do anyways, the thimble gets hotter and hotter. It has an expansion point, if you remember, above it in the bell, and that would be about 12 inches above that thimble. The thimble's maybe 16 inches, something like that. And then it cools down and it races down the outside of the bell to the exhaust port, which is there. And this is all horizontal pipe right here until it goes up and out the back and up. But by this time, it's already clean because I've already inspected the bell, and it's like burning natural gas. It burns extremely clean. I don't know if I can get in here any tighter. I'm just keeping a real tiny fire. What it is, I'm trying to drive off any excess moisture in the refractory cement. It had been boiling a little bit of bubbles like right out through here, so I know there's a little bit of moisture in there. With tiny fire, I'm not trying to get extravagant with the fire. Just why tear it up? But I do enjoy listening to it as it starts picking up to where it's making that thermal pump. It sounds pretty cool. Yesterday I had a lot more firewood in there, and it made the sound really quick. It actually had a little roar to it. Kind of cool. Well, y'all, this is the deal, and hope you enjoyed it. The copper coils aren't in yet. They'll go in. Tank joint was about right there. The bell comes down. So probably the first copper coil will go in about here. And right about where one of these tabs are, I'll just notch out a place where it'll come out. But on the back side, you're facing the front. But on the back side, it'll come out. It'll be a manifold that'll connect 3 coils together. One going up, then the other one, and then one on top, kind of. But that way they don't get extremely too hot. And all this piping is going to actually be encased in masonry at some point, and the first probably 12 feet of that will be wrapped in copper pipe as well. Oh, there's some of the steam coming out. There we go. It doesn't smoke. It's hard pressed. If I can even, if you can see the dust. There we go. I made enough dust. But even the dust can't escape the little shield without getting sucked up. And I didn't want to put too much dirt up in the exhaust or up in the pipe. That'd be kind of silly. But it's gonna suck up anything. You need clean air. I mean, you need to feed it clean air, because anything that goes into it, if it can't burn it or reduce it to CO2, it's gonna get hung up in the unit at some point. So. Best advice, keep the upper section to where you can take it apart like this one. Like I said, there's only 3 tabs. I've not got the hardware to tap in there yet and put like a coarse thread, like a self-cutting screw in there. But it needs to be coarse thread stainless steel, because this just eats anything. This is about 10 gauge. And I need to pick up a fire blanket too, some ceramic fire blanket. And that puts that bell, and it'll make it nice and tight, because there's lips in all these things, and all I did is just erase the weld with the die grinder and then took it apart. So the lip is still all there. It just goes right back together. And but the ceramic blanket will keep the 2 sections better, held nice and sealed in the copper coils will be above that. It'll just be a thin sheet of that ceramic blanket around the outside of the inner stainless steel to keep them separate. But other than that, that's where we're at, and we're down to that. And that'll be probably a week or 2 away. And First time I saw the woofs of steam, I had a lot bigger charge of fire, and it was pulling so much draft that it was actually pulling the steam down and into the fire, and it was like, no, that can't be happening, but it really was. Kind of a unique phenomenon. I never saw nothing like that. But like I said, just driving off a little excess, and that's all we can do, and without getting crazy. Okay, guys, this is where the project was. If I ever get gauges and all that jazz on all this copper coil, I'll take another video, but don't hold your breath for that one. I consider this one pretty much a success. Great draft. Yeah, where's the thumb? Great draft. And for horizontal pipe, that's exceptional. And so, okay, y'all enjoy it, and we'll catch up with another project. We'll be doing something. We'll be cleaning up this nasty pig pen, is what we'll be doing. This was one of the biggest projects that I had for the entire year, getting this done, to where it was more like this. Well, I take it back. I might add, I have another tank like these, but they're bigger in size, just a tiny bit, about the size of this hot water tank here, but stainless steel. And I might add one to the top of this, just to sit water on, and to have for just hot water for like dishes or whatever, that kind of thing. Well, I mean, these copper coils actually feed over here. Oh, I can't get turned around far enough. But inside here, there's two big 40-gallon tanks that are just not in the insulation. They're actually encased in insulation on top of it all. And then there's propane burners underneath these. And there's a tiny little line you can see there that feeds them. And basically all it is a pilot light, and it will run you out the dude. And the house is 1,200, 1,400 square feet total, upstairs and downstairs. And with that pilot light, it will run you out. You wouldn't think that was even possible. But a lot of this, the radiant heat flooring, all that's radiant. I can't get turned around, y'all, and I'm kind of stuck in the chair. All this is radiant heat flooring behind me, and that keeps it all warm from the ground up. And if you've ever been a cripple with cold legs, getting heat from the ground up, oh, that is just the cat's meow. So, okay, this has been way too long. Talk to you then, and just stay safe through this COVID thing. And we're almost got a new president, or we got the results and got the old president. Either way, don't freak, and don't take it real personal. I'm not political. I could care less who's trying to run this show, or he even wants to run the show. That's not my gig. Stuff like this is my gig. All the rest doesn't even concern me. I just don't want a criminal, coward. That's all. That I don't want that. So, okay, guys, enough of the political. Talk to you then.